Hey, Floss Tubers, it's Tori Mom. This is going to be my update for March at the beginning of April. This is, I got a couple of updates on a couple of my projects, and then I have some stash that I bought, which for me is very unusual, so I'm going to share it with you. I have been on a stash diet for quite some time. The last pattern I bought was a Heaven and Earth design that I got as I had a Christmas present that I could buy one of anything I wanted, so I bought a Heaven and Earth design. So well, actually, I bought two Heaven and Earth designs. One was for my birthday, the other one was for a Christmas present. So, but other than that, I have not bought any patterns in probably 5 years other than those two. I have bought some like fabric to do patterns that I already have. But for the most part, I have been very, very good, except for buying floss when needed. Because, I want to get some of the stuff out of my stash before I keep buying more stuff. So, and now I have to pack it all up because the move across the street got turned into a move to Toledo, Ohio. Yay me. Um, I have lived in Bowling Green before for when I went to college for a semester. Well, it was a trimester back then, but and I've lived in Ohio. But when you get older, you kind of fantasize about going warmer as you get older, not colder. So we're moving 2 hours away, and that's going to happen at the end of April or sometime in April. My husband got a transfer um, up to Toledo. He's going to head up an office up there. Very happy for him. Um, Not sure how I feel about moving to Toledo, mostly because I'm moving away from everybody I know. We've lived in this area for 20 years. So it's kind of stressful to me. And my daughter's never lived outside of the city we live in. So, except for while she's been at college. So it's going to be a whole new experience for her because when she comes home, it's not her home. But we will manage because we always do. Um, but let's get on to my updates. You might recall this is Teresa Winsler's English Cottage Sampler. I've been working on this for a long time. Um, this month I worked mostly on the borders, and I did finally get it so that I'm pulling it down so you can see that part. I finally got the top. Whoa, the top border done. There we go. The top border is now done, so I can work in this section, which will have the actual cottage in it, which is kind of what I wanted to do because I'm kind of tired of the alphabet at this point. This is one of the few patterns that I'm going to be having out in April because I've packed most of mine away, which is very odd because, well, to be honest with you, the I know it's there, but I can't see my cross stitch because it's packed away. And it's made me very anxious about it because it's packed away and I can't see it. It's ridiculous. I know that. But I'm still anxious because I can't see my cross stitch. So, but this is one of the few patterns that I left out so that I could stitch it until we move. Okay, this is the second one that I have to show you. This came off a pattern I found on Pinterest. I'm very careful when I find patterns on Pinterest. I don't like to pin them if they're not free. So, because I see a lot of abuse on Pinterest, copyright wise, from other countries that I've seen Mirabillas posted on Pinterest, the pattern. And it kind of upsets me. But this one, I double checked. It is a free pattern. And if you go on the Pinterest and you click on the link, I believe the name of the site, and I'm hoping I get this right, is Cross Stitching Fun. Um, where she put the mini cats. She has a cat for every month. They are free. Now, she will sell you the color codes if you want them. I think she said it was $3. Or you can choose your own colors because the pattern is free. She does sell other things on her blog, um, but I really kind of like the cats. And I'm trying to do one of each cat, a cat for each month, if you will. I finally finished January in the month of March. We're hoping to get some more done. February is holding a bunch of balloons, and that's the next one I'll be working it right next to it. So it'll be like a whole sampler of cats. This one is knitting. I don't know if you can really tell what he's doing, but I've decided the cat is knitting, and it's a male. And I haven't named him yet, so, suggestions are always appreciated. This is my third project this month. I did this one for Stitch Mania's It Ain't Easy Being Green stitch along, and I'm currently stitching it for another group's, the Ultimate Cross Stitch Group's Lovely Ladies stitch along. I have lovingly called her the Jolly Green Giant, but just in case you didn't know, this is Ivy from Alphonse Mucha. I purchased her from Cross Stitch Collectibles, and if you go on their site, there's a link to several different artists, and it's mainly um, art that has been painted that they transpose it into a cross stitch pattern. This is the first version that they had on the site, probably 10 years ago. I believe the new one on the site has a little bit more blue in it, a little bit more yellow in it. If there's blue in my pattern, it should be right here. And I'm not seeing any blue yet. I'm only seeing green. So we shall see how. I hate the color green. This is the silliest thing. I can't believe I'm stitching this huge green pattern and I can't stand the color green. I love blue. So it's kind of funny in a way. But I started stitching this when a friend decided she didn't want to do it on the fabric she'd already purchased for it. So she gave me the fabric and she started hers on a hand dyed. I don't know where she is on her pattern, but Beth, if you ever, want to share, I'll be happy to share it with everybody else. But yeah, it's been about 10 years that we've started this together. I have 17 more pages to go. I finished this page this month, which was basically here. And it took the longest time. I don't know why it took so long to get it done, but it just seemed like it was taking forever. Okay, let's move on to stash. Like I said, I've been on a stash diet for several years. So I had the opportunity because they wanted to buy me a birthday gift to go to my local needlework shop. And I decided instead of buying patterns, that I was going to buy some fabric for some patterns that I had. So the first pattern I have is the world, or no, I'm sorry. It's the Stargazer by Mirabella. And I love the pattern, but I could not stand the fabric that they call for to stitch it on. So I got 32 count Mirage from Picture This Plus to stitch it on. It's a 32 count Belfast. And I think you can kind of see the color here more on this side than this side. I have a window over there. So it's gray and it is I like this color better behind her. I wasn't really a fan of the mushroom that they show. I can't get the pattern on. Hold on. I don't like the mushroom that's on the pattern. So I think this one is going to do much better, and it's going to make me happier. So, and seeing that it is going to be in my home, I need to be happy, right? So, this is the first piece of stash that I bought. I'm very excited about it. It's the first hand dyed that I've ever done anything on. So, it shall be an adventure. But I'm excited about it. The second thing that I bought was for this pattern here. It's Lavender and Laces um, World Peace Angel. I've had this pattern since it came out, and I've never gotten around to stitching it. The copyright on it is 2000, and I probably bought it when it first came out. But the problem with it is, again, the background fabric, it was gray. And I just didn't feel like the wings on this angel are popping enough. So what I did was I went to my needlework shop when I got the other fabric, and I said, I really like this pattern. I really want to do it, but I would really like for the wings to pop a little more. Is there a different color that is similar, but maybe a different shade to pop it? Because I don't want it to be, I want it to be a very plain background. I didn't want it to be, hand dyed or anything. So we came up with another one. Let me get the name of it. It is a 32 count linen called Touch of Blue. And I apologize, I don't recall who the maker of it is, but I'm thinking it's Swigert. Um, I hope it's Swigert. I don't really know. Um, you can't really see the color very well. It's a little greener than this is showing it to be. I don't know if that helps a little bit. It's still a little bit greener than you're seeing it. It's kind of like a robin's egg color. Um, but I think that the wings are going to pop a little bit better on this fabric than it would have the other fabric. So, but other than that, that is all that I did this month. I do have a Heaven and Earth that I am working on, but I can't show it because the person it's for is connected to all of my media sites, so they could see it on Facebook, they could see it on Instagram, they can see it here. So I can't show it anymore, or they will know. Um, but yeah, that's all I have this month. Next time I'm back, I'll be in a new home in a new city, desperately looking for a local needlework shop in Toledo. Um, so thank you for all your kind wishes about my father-in-law. I appreciate them. Um, it was very nice of you to think of us, and we really appreciated all the condolences that we got. Um, it was something we kind of knew was coming. It was just a little bit of a shock at how fast it came. So, but we appreciate all your wishes. But on to better things and hopefully better places to be and to meet new people and new things. So happy stitching, everybody. Have a great April.